The two draft experts from ESPN are at it again, as Todd McShay and Mel Kiper have each released what they call their Grade A mock drafts. In these mocks, they both project 3 rounds and make the selections that would give each NFL team in the post-draft grades that are always at least 3 years too premature in being handed out. I say that every year. Nobody listens. Well, both of these graded mocks are behind the Grade ESPN paywall, but we can talk about the discussions. The sequence of picks that both men make for the Minnesota Vikings are similar, though the prioritization might be something that fans won't agree with. Both men took an offensive lineman in round 1, a defensive tackle in round 2, and a running back in round 3. As a matter of fact, both Kiper and McShay selected the same offensive lineman in round 1, as they both tab University of Alabama offensive lineman Jonah Williams with the 18th pick. Both men, rightly, point out that Williams would be a huge addition to the Vikings' offensive line, with Kiper pointing out that he could start immediately at either guard or tackle. Frankly, if Williams falls too. Moving on to round 2, both McShay and Kiper selected a player that could slot in as the Vikings' new 3-technique tackle to replace the departed Sheldon Richardson. Kiper decides to select Ohio State defensive tackle Draymond Jones, a name that has appeared a lot in our mock draft database as a second-round pick for the Vikings, while McShay opts for Miami FL tackle Gerald Willis. Both Jones and Willis have their issues against the run, but if the Vikings want to attempt to replicate Richardson's disruptiveness in the pass game, either of those two guys would be a solid pick. The running back position gets featured in round 3 in these Grade A mocks, with McShay selecting Iowa State back David Montgomery, while Kiper decides to select Miles Sanders out of Penn State. While I'm not sure if running back is a spot I'd use a third-rounder on, of the two options presented I think I'd probably lean a bit more towards Montgomery. I think he's a better receiver than Sanders, and that's something the Vikings seem to value out of their running backs. Not that Sanders would be a bad selection, necessarily. I just like Montgomery a little more. What do you think of these graded drafts, folks? Would either of them get an A from you? 38%, 7 votes, 61%, 11 votes, 18 votes total. Vote now.